Travis Hunter is special.
There are things that Travis Hunter does as an athlete, as a corner, as a wide receiver, that there are very, very, very few people on the face of this earth that can do.
You got to root for this kid. You got to root for this kid to say the way you view the National Football League is over. I am a game changer. I am a unicorn. Jacksonville, we will be robbed if you don't let them do it. Robbed. Let's go.
The 2024 NFL season was supposed to be the Jacksonville Jaguars' coming out party. After a promising 2023 campaign, the Jaguars were positioned to take a serious leap. This wasn't just another rebuild. This was supposed to be the year. But if you followed football long enough, you know it rarely follows the script. Any hope for a promising year was pretty much doused by an 0-4 start, followed later by a slew of key offensive starters, including Trevor Lawrence, being lost to season-ending injuries.
Well, Hannah, moments ago, the Jacksonville Jaguars placed quarterback Trevor Lawrence on injured reserve, meaning that he's out for a minimum of 4 games, and that means that in all probability, his season is done.
Trevor being out for 7 games was the second most in Jaguars history by a starting quarterback, behind Nick Foles missing 8 starts in 2019 due to a broken clavicle. But even with Lawrence and most of his weapons healthy through the first 9 games, the Jaguars were still ranked only 21st in total offense and had a miserable third down efficiency rate of 31.6%. And the defense? Ooh, it's impossible to sugarcoat how astoundingly bad that unit was under the first-year coordinator of Ryan Nielsen. After Coach Peterson fired most of the defensive staff and coordinator Mike Caldwell because of how the Jaguars collapsed in the final 6 games of the 2023 season, the expectation was Nielsen's success with the Falcons and Saints would elevate the defense. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Jacksonville limped to a 4-13 finish and ultimately cost Doug Peterson his job.
The league is confused right now. All we want to do is just get a quarterback, right? Because he plays the position, he's up for his contract, and if wherever he's drafted high at, we got to keep him. And now the results of that is look at Doug Peterson getting fired. Doug Peterson's a really, really good coach. We need somebody to save our quarterback because he's really not that good, but we took him number 1 pick overall, so we got to do something about it. You bring him in there, he helps Trevor Lawrence out, but how much can you help a guy that's not that good?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my privilege to introduce to you the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Liam Cohen.
Jacksonville, the community, Duval.
Enter Liam Cohen, the offensive coordinator of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was risky, but bold. But then the Jaguars did something even bolder.
We have a trade. The Cleveland Browns have traded the 2nd pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hello. Hey Travis, this is James Gladstone with the Jacksonville Jaguars. How you doing? We're trading up in the draft. We're moving from pick 5 to pick 2, and we're doing it because you're the one we've been hunting up.
Yes, sir. That's the best decision.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Hunter, wide receiver, defensive back from Colorado.
This isn't just about X's and O's. This is a signal. Jacksonville isn't trying to keep up anymore. They want to rewrite the playbook entirely. But who was Travis Hunter anyway? Let's find out. Okay, to all of my basketball fans, you know this week's matchups are crazy. You can feel it, right? Every city is throwing down, the stakes are higher, and momentum is shifting by the quarter. And if you're like me, you're not just watching, you're living for every moment. That's why I've teamed up with DraftKings Sportsbook to bring you an offer that lets you get into the game. New customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Simple as that. Pick your side, place your $5 wager, and if your bet hits, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to keep the action going. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use my promo code ANOTHERSPORTS when you sign up. You can use those bonus bets on same-game parlays. Stack up bets from a single game for a shot at a bigger payout. Or dive into live betting to place wagers in real time as the momentum shifts on the court. And even if sports betting isn't available in your state, you can still play with DraftKings Pick 6 for a shot to win cash prizes. Okay, so here's the play. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use my promo code ANOTHERSPORTS, that's ANOTHERSPORTS. And remember, New customers bet $5 and get $300 of bonus bets if your bet wins. That's DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. You've probably heard the name by now, but to understand what Travis Hunter means to football, we gotta rewind.
Hello everybody, this is Abby Walton with Georgia High School Football Daily. Today I am joined by Travis Hunter, #1 player in the state. Travis, thank you so much for joining me today.
No problem.
Coming out of high school, he was the #1 recruit in the country, the kind of player you'd expect to waltz into Alabama or Georgia. And for the moment, he was going to Florida State. Everything was normal. And then he flipped to Jackson State. Let's let that sink in. The top player in the country choosing an HBCU over a Power 5 juggernaut. Why? Well, because of this guy.
Deion Sanders has flipped the #1 recruit in the nation to come to his spot at Jackson State. And as if that's not a delicious enough power move for Deion by Deion, the program he took him from was Florida State.
That decision changed everything. For recruiting, for HBCUs, for the sport. And it wasn't just a gimmick. Travis thrived at Jackson State. Playing both corner and wide receiver, he showed he wasn't just versatile, he was impactful.
Sanders with a lot of time. Throws it out to the right side, has a completed pass to Travis Hunter, and Hunter's still on his feet, dancing around, making a gain of 17 for Travis Hunter, who did a great job after making that catch.
Then came the move to Colorado with Coach Prime. Bigger stage, bigger spotlight, and still, he delivered.
Shedeur Sanders looking, throwing it deep, Sanders, and it's caught at the 40, guess who? Travis Hunter.
Despite a nasty injury in the 2023 season, his highlights became viral events. Lockdown defense on one play, acrobatic sideline catch the next.
Shedeur gets out a dart, complete to Hunter, on the move, showing him his shoe bottoms. Buffalo's cribbit, touchdown. Third down, Morris. Intercepted, wow! Travis Hunter.
Hitting me right now, that was wide open from the booth. 100 times out of 100, I see that action from up here. That's a touchdown.
They just get it off into the end zone. Contact. What a catch! A miraculous, implausible, impossible catch by 12.
He wasn't just playing both sides. He was excelling. By the end of his junior and final year at Colorado, he received 96 receptions for over 1,200 yards offensively, and defensively had a combo of 36 tackles, 4 interceptions, and a forced fumble, which ultimately led him to receive the greatest collegiate award of all.
It is my honor to announce that the 2024 Heisman Award goes to Travis Hunter.
By the time the draft rolled around, Travis Hunter wasn't just a top prospect. He was a cultural moment. So when the Jaguars traded up and called his name, they weren't just making a pick, they were placing a bet.
Travis Hunter, he embodies belief, right? He's a rare person, he's a rare player, but he's also a reminder that the boundaries of the game of football were built to be challenged.
Now, here's the tension. Can a player, any player, truly thrive on both sides of the ball in the NFL?
I think what people have to understand is there's a huge difference in the game, collegiate ball and playing in the NFL with them grown-ass men that have kids to feed, they got bills to pay. It's different.
Let's be clear. What Hunter did in college was extraordinary, but the NFL is different. It's not just faster and tougher. It's relentlessly specialized. Cornerbacks live and breathe footwork, leverage, route trees, film study. Wide receivers too, except in reverse. Every route is a puzzle. Every defense is trying to read your body language. Every snap is a battle. And here comes Travis Hunter, trying to do both. We've seen flashes of this before. Deion Sanders lined up at wide receiver occasionally, but his bread and butter was always cornerback.
Lofts it left, looking for Sanders. Touchdown, Deion Sanders. And the Deion shuffle follows.
Randy Moss played a few emergency snaps at safety. He even got an interception.
He's going to launch it deep. And he's got it all the way to the goal line. In fact, it is Moss with the catch.
J.J. Watt caught touchdowns. Julius Peppers moonlighted in offensive packages.
Julius Peppers is the wideout. to the left, out of your picture. And they throw to him. He can't get it, but he's fouled by Eugene Wilson.
But none of them were truly asked to do both week in and week out. Because here's the harsh truth. The league isn't built for two-way players. It's built to grind them down. In today's NFL, with advanced schemes, hyper-athletic players, and demanding playbooks, being a true two-way player is almost impossible. Even the greatest athletes are pushed to their limits playing only one position at the highest level. Hunter's desire to play both ways is admirable, and there's no doubt he has the raw ability, but it may hinder his long-term development. The old saying goes, jack of all trades, master of none. That's the risk the Jaguars are taking here. If Travis splits time between defense and offense, he may never fully develop the elite cornerback instincts he needs to be a shutdown corner. Likewise, he might never refine the precise route running and chemistry with quarterbacks required to be the #1 receiver. In chasing greatness on both ends, he might just fall short on each. That's not a knock though. That's the cost of trying to do something that hasn't been done in decades. See, playing both ways isn't just about endurance. It's also about survival. Every snap wears you down. Every hit takes something out of you. Even Ironman players barely play 100% of the snaps on one side of the ball. Doing both? That's a recipe for burnout or even worse, injury. The Jaguars will need to make difficult decisions. Do they limit his offensive touches to preserve his body for defense? Do they bring him in only on key downs? Do they let him specialize and then slowly integrate him on the other side? One wrong decision could shorten a potential legendary career. And yet, if anyone's gonna break this mold, it's Travis Hunter. He's done it his whole career, right? Chosen HBCU when no one else would, who played nearly every snap of major college football games on both sides of the ball, who wanted the pressure and thrived under it, who in an era of NIL deals and personal brands never stopped chasing greatness. He carried the weight of expectations and thrived. He's not just physically gifted, he's mentally wired for this as well. You don't win the Heisman as a two-way player by being ordinary. You do it by living in the uncomfortable, by thriving in chaos, by doing things people say can't be done. Yes, the harsh truth is that playing both ways may dilute his potential, but if there's even a 1% chance someone can pull this off in the modern NFL, that chance wears number 12 in Jacksonville.
What are you at the next level?
Both, just like you saw me play.
You want to do both. How many snaps in a football game can you play?
All of them, if they give me the chance and the opportunity to do it.
So here we are, a franchise searching for an identity, a league watching with curiosity, and a player daring to rewrite the rules. Travis Hunter might flame out. He might pivot to one side. He might prove the skeptics right, but he also might not. He might actually become the first modern two-way star. If that future's even remotely possible, you roll the dice on that. Because history isn't made by playing it safe. It's made by chasing the impossible. And speaking of impossible, while the Jaguars look to the future with Hunter, there's no understanding this team's legacy without watching this next video about one of the most underrated Jaguar running backs in NFL history.